Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our podcast, Stay Calm and Crochet. So let's dive in. I'll have a glass of water. Welcome back, and this is episode 11 of our podcast, Stay Calm and Crochet, where we talk all about yarns and crochet and patterns, my patterns. So hi, I'm Sandra, also known as SandraStitches, and I'm your host here, and I'm very pleased that you came. So let's get started. Today I want to talk about chunky yarns, like really chunky yarns, and what kind of patterns I design for very chunky yarns, because it's a kind of thing that when you work with a very chunky yarn, so every stitch makes a big difference, and you also have to use bigger size hooks, and sometimes it gets all too chunky, too big, too heavy. So today I have two examples that I want to show you. We'll start with the yarns that I used. Let me see here. So the first one that I use is called Yarn Bee, True Colors. I got this yarn from a wholesale thing, so, and I think it's discontinued, this particular Yarn Bee yarn. This is a 100% acrylic, and how much does it have? It's 76 yards, and it's recommended to use a 10 millimeter knitting needles and 9 millimeter crochet hook. What else? 142 grams per skein, and the main color is ivory. It's a beautiful ivory. It's not white, creamy kind of ivory. So, but I think this is a discontinued yarn, but any kind of same weight yarn we can use for the projects that I'm going to show you. Let me see if it says here. No, doesn't say. 100%. Here, super bulky, number 6. This is super bulky number 6 yarn. This is the weight. So I had this yarn and I found in the same wholesale place, I found two different yarns which are similar in the weight, but it's something else. It's not Yarn Bee. It's called Vogue with Love, which I believe it's just a name for kind of Turkish yarn, and the label does not say anything about the yarn. It just says 100 grams. It doesn't say if it's acrylic or blended with wool or something, nothing. But I love the color. I got this color and this color, and I love the color, and I thought it would be a great combination between these three. It's the same weight yarn, the same, if you see these two together, it's the same weight yarn. Maybe the Vogue with the Love yarn, it's maybe a lighter 5, but when you use it, you feel like it's the same. But if you try to measure it, so it will be a bulky weight 5 yarn, but it looks and it feels a little bit smaller, thinner than the yarn bee. Anyway, I wanted to make something, you know, with this chunky yarn, bulky number 6 yarn, and I came up with the idea of using it, these 3 colors, in this. I made this shawl wrap blanket almost. It feels like a blanket. So when I use a chunky yarn, so I try to use, you know, open stitches. So the yarn becomes more visible, and also it's not so heavy, because when it's a chunky yarn, it becomes very, very heavy. You feel the weight of the yarn on your garment. It's a heavy shawl. So I use this cluster, double crochet cluster stitch for this shawl, excuse me, and I'm in the process of finishing it. I made 2 rows of each color, 1 row here and just 1 row of this rose color and ivory rose and this maroon color, and yeah, this is my newest pattern, newest design. I am going to make fringe here, right? It calls for fringe right here, and this is going to be my next design on my Ravelry. Now for this pattern I use the 10mm hook. Probably you cannot see, it's a 10mm hook, and I use this bamboo hook, which is a little bit pointy here. It's not round, it's a little bit pointy, if you can see it, right? So you have to look at your hooks to see if when you work the yarn, if it doesn't split it. So for this particular yarn, I have a sample here that I was working. When I use this pointy hook, it was okay. I didn't have a different hook at this size, and it's okay. It doesn't split this yarn. It doesn't split it, and it works smoothly, and I felt it was okay, even though you have to pull a little bit stronger when you pull your loops through your yarn through the loops. But I thought it gave me a very nice texture for this shawl, so I liked it, and I like the combination. What do you think about the combination of the colors, right? So this is my first design with this chunky yarn, but let me have a little bit of water. I had this maroon color, and for a while I had quite a lot of skeins. So, and I had a green one. I don't have a sample now because it's finished. I had a green, the same yarn, the same Vogue with Love, with no label, nothing written on it. So I used it, where is it? I used it to make a poncho. And here, where is it? want you to see this poncho. See it? Beautiful, beautiful poncho. And here I used the rice stitch, very simple stitch, again with the 10mm. Maybe here I used the 8mm hook because I wanted it to be a little bit more of close and not so lacy, because again it's a poncho, and but I can tell you this is a very, very heavy poncho. So when you wear it, if I wear it like this, right? So you can feel it. It's a very, very heavy poncho, and it's made with this special folding of, you know, a rectangle fold together to give this kind of a checker construction, right? This kind of a diagonal, where is it? This diagonal structure to the poncho. So this is the two projects that I use this chunky yarn. I'm not really fan of it. I like it. It's something that it works really, really fast, because you know, if you make, I made here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 18 rows because it's a 2-row repeat here, so it's 18 rows and you have a piece. So it works really, really fast, but it gives you something which is very heavy. So unless you know, you live in a place that it's very, very cold, and then you like to have some heavy clothing on you to feel the warmth, or maybe you want to gift it to somebody who lives in a very, very cold place, there are some people that like to feel the garments on them, to feel the, you know, the weight of the piece that they are wearing on them, so they feel more cozy. So yeah, this is it. Very heavy, and you have to like it. But it's very nice, it's very soft. The yarn is very, very soft. Also this one, I think maybe they are the same. I don't know. It feels like very much the same. Even though this one is a little bit more, it feels 100% acrylic. It doesn't say anything on the label. I tried to look it online. I couldn't find any information about it, but maybe it has a little bit of wool inside, because it has a little bit of feeling of wool. And this is all acrylic, and it's lighter, and this is a little bit heavier. I don't know, I'm not sure. But anyway, these are my two projects with very chunky yarn. You have to like it. You have to like to work with very, very chunky yarn, very bulky yarn, and then you can make, it's a whole different kind of you know, patterns and designs that you can make with it. These are my only two. I usually work with around weight, worsted weight. I don't like thinner yarns, so bulky number 5, number 4, number 5 yarns. These are the yarns that I like to work with usually, and most of my designs are there. This is what I have for us for this week. I'm thinking of making a tutorial for this pattern, which is very, very simple. So tell me in the comments if you would like to for me to make a tutorial for this, a video tutorial. It's yet not published, the pattern, but I hope in the maybe next week or the week after I will publish it. I want to invite you to join our Facebook group if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel so you can be, and also hit this notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video, which is once or twice a week. Excuse me. And this is it for today. Stay calm and crochet, and I will see you next time.